Welcome back to the Sly Guy TV. You're watching the Sly Guy, Sly Guy, Sly Guy. Kaboom, kaboom, super kaboom, oh yeah, kaboom! Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Coming down, it's opinion. Here's where I lost 1.2 million. My father stole 1.2 million. Then we're coming back from school. I bet the teachers think we're cool. But now we're going out to stay up late. Gonna call up all the friends and watch the movie till the end. Now we'll never go to bed, yeah. Going out for some pizza and beer. She's so fine and the night sky is clear. Coming down and our parents won't know. Going right down to the rock show. We're going out tonight. The only thing that feels so right. We're walking hand in hand, pretending we're trending. Going out tonight. We're gonna have another fight. I know what's going down, pretending we're ending. Yeah, welcome back guys to another episode of Sly Guy TV with Sly Guy. Now, this is a public service announcement. It's a video, and I'm going to share my experience on, basically this is more like financial advice for all you guys who are saving up money, for all you guys who are starting to save, because this could very well save you financially in the long run. So, let's get started. Way back 2009, my mother passed away, and she left the children, me, and my two sisters, with 1.2 million pesos each. So that's roughly around 25,000 US dollars. So she left us with these trust funds. We got them, they were under our names in the banks. Now, all of a sudden, my father decided that he wanted to add his name to all of our accounts. He said he wanted to do it just for security. In case anything happened to us, he wanted the money in the accounts to be accessible. At the time, since we trusted him, we said okay. Now, I didn't see the warning signs right away. One of my sisters started complaining to me that her balance, or money from her account was getting depleted, and it was because of my dad. And I didn't actually listen to her, which was one of my biggest mistakes. Then they would go to the US, they would go to Hong Kong, all these international trips. I said, fine, it's okay. It's their money, because they had their share of the money as well as I did. And I didn't mind it at the time. However, there was a time, way back in 2011, that I had some bills to pay, and I needed to pay them in order to avoid current interest. And lo and behold, I went over to my bank, and in this bank, my uncle was working there. One of my uncles was working there. And when I checked my time deposit, the account was closed. Everything got withdrawn. I was just shocked. I was like, what on earth? You didn't even notify me that the account was gonna be closed? I mean, someone just withdrew 1.2 million from your bank and you didn't even mind? So, I was basically shocked because I had bills to pay. I had cards to, like, credit cards to pay off, and I wasn't able to pay them off because I had no money. All my money was gone. And then when I confronted my father, he goes like, oh, I needed the money to go to the US because I wanted them to think I was rich. I wanted them to think that I was one of the upper class, which is why I stole all your money. And then, um, of course, naturally, I was upset. I was like, hey, you didn't even notify, so what are we going to do with this? So I go around, ask for help, and then um, when when I eventually tried getting help from my grandmother, she simply shrugged it off and she said, "No, it's okay. You lost your money. You've got your debt. You're on your own. Goodbye. And you have to love your father." Blah blah blah. And that's basically what it was. And after that, he became worse. Like he became angry because I told the rest of my family what he did. He became spiteful. He became abusive. And there even came a time when he tried kicking me out of the house. But where would I go? I had no money left. I mean, where on earth am I going to go? It'd be no money left. So he says, okay, since you're going to stay here, you're going to have to pay me this, that, and that. It was almost like he was charging me rent just to stay in my own home, which was actually weird because it was my grandfather who built this home. And if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even have a home because that's why this place got built in the first place. And it's really odd. So basically, I took a lot of verbal abuse from him. He was yelling at me. There was this one time that he was screaming at me and telling me that he wished I was dead. And he did this multiple times. He was very abusive. And then one day, he just got sick. He was a heavy smoker. He didn't like to work. He didn't do anything. The guy got sick. And we found out that he had cancer. Now, how on earth could we help him if he got all our money and he used it up? So my sister scrounged everything. She did everything she could just to keep him alive, but it was to no avail because he was a heavy smoker. So he basically smoked himself to death. I tried to get him health insurance. My company and people in my company, even though he was a terrible person and I didn't have to help him, I still asked for help. Hey, let's help this guy out. Maybe we can treat him. Maybe we can do. We had this Battle for a Cause, and that's where Battle for a Cause started. It was a Tekken tournament to try to save him, but well, he didn't. He couldn't actually make it. And what's odd is that I was busy doing these Battle for a Cause tournaments for him, trying to raise money for him, and my grandmother, she was just saying, "Why aren't you seeing your father? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Hey, we're doing something. We're trying to help." But she said that we had to be by his bedside. We had to do this. We had to do that. I mean, we were doing everything that we can. And basically what happened was my grandmother demonized me. She demonized me in front of her church. She demonized me in front of her prayer group. She demonized me in front of the entire family. And basically what happened is he couldn't do it. He couldn't take it anymore, and then dad just passed away. So yeah, well, for why am I telling you this story? Well, we've got 3 lessons we could learn from this. Number one, if you guys are parents and you have some money set aside for your kids, or if you're like parents and your kids become actors, your kids find ways to make money, never steal your kids' money, because karma is a bitch and it will go back to haunt you. I guarantee it. It will always go back to haunt you. I promise you that. Number 2 lesson. Never trust anyone else with your money. Absolutely do not ever set up a joint account with your parents, with your siblings, with your spouse, with your best friend, with your best friend's neighbor, with your dog. Only put the account, always put the account under your name. Because I can guarantee you, Okay, if you give them a way to withdraw your money, they are going to wipe your money out overnight. That's proven, and that's what I've learned. Okay, and also number 3. We go back to number 3. If you have a way of fixing things, fix it right away. Because if not, it's going to go back to haunt you. It will always go back to haunt you. And I'm not the only person who experienced this. I know that there are other people out there. I've heard other coworkers who experienced that they were saving up money, they put the money under their bed, and then they wake up and all of a sudden their parents have a new TV set, or they had this huge birthday party, they bought a lechon, they bought this, they bought that. So just always safeguard yourself, set boundaries, especially when it comes to finances, and you guys are gonna be fine. I have since recovered from what happened financially. I'm in a way better situation than I was before, because before I was just living paycheck to paycheck, didn't know where I was gonna get next money. I tried doing sideline businesses, everything, just to get back everything that I've lost. And actually, well, I'm not a millionaire, but I'm happy. I got all the cards that I want. I got all the games that I currently have. And yeah, basically, you learn from these experiences. These types of experiences make you stronger. And I'm just glad that I got through it all. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people experiencing the exact same thing right now. Have you experienced the same thing? Did a loved one or anyone steal your money? Comment below. Once again, Sly Guy TV with Sly Guy. We are signing off right now.